People would tell you that I rarely smile, or laugh for that matter. It's not that I'm such a cynical guy, it's just that it's really hard to make me emote externally. But playing Undertale accomplished that feat many times over. This is the first in a series in which I will take a look at video games as unique forms of interactive media. I was inspired to share my thoughts on these games because I recently experienced several in quick succession that were all artfully crafted works of this uniquely interactive medium. But I thought to myself the same thing about each one. Oh, it's a masterpiece. It's one of the choose-your-favorite superlative games I've ever experienced. But at the same time, they were all vastly different games. Not just superficially, it was the realms within the interactive medium that the developers manipulated so beautifully. These were all different. And yet they must be games. They're art that must be experienced. So this won't be a review in the traditional sense. It won't objectively cite pros and cons or talk superfluously about mechanics, but rather it's an appreciation of a game that I'm already admitting moved me in a unique way that only a video game could. But I'll dispense with the introductions and get to the good stuff. And today we're starting with Undertale by Toby Fox. When the story begins, we're told there was a war between monsters and humans, that the humans won and sealed the monsters underground. Occasionally a human child will fall into the underground, and you're one of these fallen humans, just trying to get back out of this world of the monsters and make your way home. The story is obviously far deeper once you seek it out, but avoiding spoilers, that should suffice for now. As far as gameplay goes, Undertale is an RPG, where fighting is not your only option. In addition, you can take actions such as talking to enemies, flirting with them, picking on them. The point of this game really is that you don't have to kill anyone, and nearly all of your actions in battle will have consequences throughout the rest of your experience. And a brilliant addition to the gameplay is the top-down, bullet hell style minigame that serves as your defense and evasion in combat. But outside of battle, there are enough simple puzzles and minigames and action to keep you constantly engaged. The first thing you'll notice is that Undertale's graphics look somewhere between the SNES and early 2000s Newgrounds. Now don't let that fool you. These are not Uncharted 3 visuals, and they shouldn't be. They're simple but effective. The artwork helps to really intensify that quirky charm factor, while focusing your attention on the more important aspects of Undertale, like the characters or the emotion. The visuals can elicit, all on their own, feelings of whimsy or uneasiness, in ways a 1080p brownish game just could not. A brilliant example of this effective simplicity is how text is even used as art. It can drive a narrative visually and provoke emotional responses. For example, red text is genuinely frightening at times. But it's what all of the text in Undertale says, the writing, really, that drives its ability to give you all the feels, as they say. The story of Undertale can play out a multitude of ways, but generally, it's not a happy one. It's a dark, somewhat depressing story with profound implications. But the clever writing and characters literally brought a smile to my face. The game is full of puns, self-referential humor, and jabs at other gaming tropes that will have you laughing out loud. And this laughter, along with every other emotion evoked in Undertale, is achieved in a completely PG fashion as well. A further testament to how artfully written dialogue and story elements are. From the moment you fall into the underground, you have to start making character judgments like your life literally depends on it. Luckily, all the characters you meet, including the enemies, are so well conceived and have so much more to their stories than you'd expect. Everyone from the too cool skeleton and the awkward scientist to the enemy obsessed with his hat is memorable and genuinely interesting enough that the player can't help but want to find out more about these dwellers of the underground. And all this time you're meeting these creatures, Undertale's music will tug the heart-shaped manifestation of your soul in every direction, and enhance the emotional stimuli scene by scene. With jazz, swing, techno, and Latin tracks to name a few, the varied styles are always apropos. In many instances, it's a different genred arrangement of the main theme that is different yet familiar each time. A theme of the game itself, actually. The theme songs of NPCs further develop the memorable characters. They exaggerate their personalities, Peter and the Wolf style, while the ambient tracks of the overworld will subtly tenderize your emotions to leave you vulnerable to the events that lie just ahead of you. For instance, this melancholy come tranquil piece that conveys a sense of acceptance as you first realize your fate in the ruins at the beginning of the game. To sum it all up, Undertale is a brilliant work of interactive media. It's charming, whimsical, dark, and legitimately emotional. It will make you laugh and fear and mourn, and it will do so as you explore firsthand and interact with it. It has clever humor and writing from a game that knows exactly what it is. A first-class retro-inspired soundtrack and simple yet effective art design combine with you the human as you interact with the world of Undertale and experience the stories that you create. And the main story, simple as it seems, has a surprising amount of depth if you work for it. Come on, it has more endings than Chrono Trigger. I said it was PG, but mature players will really get so much more out of it. It's definitely an experience that will make you feel and compel you to explore. And not in the traditional way that RPGs do with side quests and errands, but you'll want to perform a different action on an enemy this time, just to see what they'll do. And as soon as you finish, you will want to dive right back in and play it again. People are still finding more subtle jokes, more references, and even facts about the story. There's just so much more to discover on multiple playthroughs, and at just a handful of hours, it's even easier to satisfy that desire to try things differently. At just $10 on Steam, it's worth every penny. So just go play it! Now! So yeah, that's Undertale. And see, I'm under a blanket. Get it? Undertale? Anyway, if you guys like the video and you want to see some more, feel free to subscribe and like and comment and all those things, and that will fill me with determination and hopefully get some more of these videos. Anyway, thanks for watching.